Tracey from Smart Ladies of Beavercreek. We're out and about in Beavercreek. We're at Valley Elementary. It's the last day, June 12th. The buses are lining up because it's getting out at 1:15. I'm going to have to stop because here comes kids. Hi! And here are two representatives of Smart Ladies of Beavercreek. On your left is Tracey, and on your right is Rachel. They're the secretary of Valley Elementary School, and without them, the school would not function at all. What are you guys going to do this summer? You have any plans?
Rest.
Rest. Any vacation plans? Any cruises? Any trips to the mountain?
We went to Alaska the last time, so no cruises this year.
Just relax and no kids.
Visit family.
Okay, sounds good. We'll have a good summer, and thank you for all your hard work. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you next year.
Bye.
Okay, the last time we were on the air, we made dirt cake. And I said I would decorate the container, and I never had time to do it. And this is all I did. Dynamo dirt cake, because the kids in my son's class were nicknamed Dynamos. Really creative, hardworking, innovative kids who did really good work. And they liked it a lot. So if you want a good dessert for a party, you should try to make this dirt cake. It's really good. I showed the recipe on the video, but I'll read it to you. It's, I'd say, a package and a half of regular Oreo cookies, 1/4 cup of margarine, 1 8-ounce package of cream cheese, 1 cup of confectioner's sugar, 3 1/2 cups of milk, 2, and it says 3 1/2 ounce packages of French vanilla instant pudding. It's not measured like that on the package. It's like 3.4, 3.5, something like that. It's just the 2 small boxes of instant vanilla, just get vanilla Jell-O pudding. Then there's 12 ounces of non-dairy whipped topping, and that would be something like Cool Whip. And then you have a flower pot, and you cream together you smash up all the cookies into the dirt, and like I showed you, we had a grinder. You cream together the margarine, the cream cheese, and the confectioner's sugar, and I use a mixer. Then you I put the pudding in a what's that thing called? That I can't even think of what it's called. I can't think. Well, that container, and then turn it on, because usually I get lumps in the pudding if I don't. And when I mix it, the blender, sorry, and I put the milk and the pudding mix in there, and it blends up really nicely. Then you mix the cream cheese and that stuff with the pudding, and then you mix the whipped dairy topping with that, and you get that all mixed up. That's the cream, okay? And when you start the dirt cake, you start with the cookies, the crushed cookies, a layer of that, then a layer of the cream, a layer of the cookies, a layer of the cream, and you end up with the cookies. And you can stick plastic flour in it on top, make it look like it's a real potted plant, or you can put those gummy worms in the dirt cake, like throw them in there as you're layering it. Some people like that. I don't think it's necessary. But this is a great dish for a party. So now, after Smart Ladies of Beavercreek, kids get out of school and they start going to camps and doing sports. What do? Well, let's go to this. This is just a tip of the iceberg. These are pictures that I got from my mother's house. She died a year ago, and I'm going to have to organize those and try to figure out who some of the people are. Some of them have fallen out of albums. I have those, and it's a big task. something I just wanted to show you. This was in my son's desk at school. Look at that pile of stuff. And, you know the show, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? Well, that's really kind of appropriate in reality because he was in 4th grade and he's going to the 5th. They're going to learn even more. They learn a lot about everything. Science, social studies, writing, reading, math, lots of math. In fact, here is a math guide of angles and different lines and shapes, just made with toothpicks, so as to remember that for like a test. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Then what else could I do this summer? Well, reading, of course. This is a book I recently read. It's just out. I think it's like 7th or 8th on the New York Times bestseller list. And we actually went to Books and Company, a real huge bookstore here in Beavercreek, at a shopping area called The Green. And Douglas Preston and Lincoln Shaw have written tons of books together and on their own. Really good. They do tons and tons of research, and they write really well together. They also write books on their own, as I said. And they have their own tour bus, and it's decorated in the cover of this book. And they autographed it to Marco. See? And I had one done for my other son. I also read, it's a really good mystery, and it's different. Another one I've read, which I've read a lot of her books, is Diane Mott Davidson, called Fatally Flaky. And she's a mystery writer that incorporates recipes into her books. And this is very light reading, but it's about this lady named Goldie, and she's a caterer, and that's where the recipes come in. And somebody always gets murdered or something, and she investigates the murder. And this time it's somebody she knows. And her husband is a cop, and that kind of makes for a problem, but they get along great together, and they both cook. And here's an example of a recipe in her book. You probably can't see it. Sorry. It's called Chilled Curried Chicken. And then there's that sounds really good. I haven't made it yet. Fatally Flaky Cookies. So these are really good books. She incorporates recipes into all of her mysteries. This is her latest book, by the way. And then the one I'm going to read is Dan Brown's Angels and Demons. The last thing is cross-stitching, which is really kind of a wintertime activity. And maybe you can guess what this is. It's near Washington, D.C., and George Washington used to live there. It's his mansion, and I can't think of the name of it. This is bad. Well, I think is it Mount Vernon? And this is only half. I did half, and then I'll have to do the other half. It's going to be really big. It's a huge cross-stitching piece, and it takes a lot of time. So, I have to go now. But I'll be back. We'll be working on Marco's 4-H projects, and we're going to do another recipe called Dottie Bars. And I hope everyone has a good summer. Thanks a lot.